The last dawn in 2089. Earth is on the brink of collapse due to atmospheric decay. Oxygen levels have dropped to lethal levels, and only wealthy cities survive under dome shields. Dr. Alara Wynn, a climate scientist, works for Ether Corp, a company promising a new home beyond the clouds. Her daughter, Lyra, dreams of a blue sky she has never seen. Alara secretly suspects Ether Corp's project isn't salvation, it's control. Project Skyseed Alara is invited to join Project Skyseed, a mission to terraform the planet's upper atmosphere. Ether Corp claims to have discovered the Promised Sky, a habitable layer above the clouds where life might be reborn. Alara teams up with pilot commander Rian Sol, engineer Maya Chun, and biologist Tomas Vale. They'll ascend in an experimental ship, the Ascendant, to test life support systems. But when she reviews the data, Alara finds oxygen readings far higher than physics allows. Into clouds, the crew launches from a decayed spaceport in the Pacific wastes. They ascend through raging storms and ash layers, a journey no one has survived before. When they breach the smog barrier, they find an endless ocean of golden clouds illuminated by sunlight. Above them, a shimmering blue sky, pure and impossibly alive. The crew breaks down in awe. Humanity's heaven seems real. The sky that breathes, they establish Outpost 1 on a floating atmospheric platform. Plants begin to grow spontaneously in the air, seeds that weren't part of their supplies. Alara's instruments detect a faint heartbeat-like rhythm pulsing through the air itself. It's as if the sky is alive, breathing, responding to them. Rian dismisses it as atmospheric pressure variations, but Alara isn't convinced. Transmission from below days later. A distorted signal arrives from Earth, Ether Corp ordering immediate expansion of the base. But the message includes coordinates for a restricted air zone, labeled Do Not Enter. Tomas intercepts a second, hidden message within the signal. Someone from inside Ether Corp warning. It's not the sky you think it is. The crew debates investigating, but Alara insists truth must come before orders. Forbidden Zone, they pilot a smaller craft into a restricted region, where clouds darken and gravity distorts. Lightning forms geometric patterns, symmetrical, unnatural. In the center, they find a gigantic pulse of light shaped like a sphere, almost like a heart. When Alara touches it, she experiences flashes of memory, not her own but the planet's. She realizes the atmosphere is conscious. The living Skylara theorizes that Earth evolved a living biosphere consciousness, a sky mind, to protect itself from extinction. But Ether Corp discovered it decades ago and has been trying to harness its energy as fuel. The company's plan is not to save the planet, but to weaponize its living atmosphere. Rian refuses to believe it until Ether Corp's AI assistant Oriole admits it was created from the Sky Mind's neural code. They're living inside a mind that knows they're intruders. The fractured team argues over what to do, return home or reveal the truth. Maya attempts to contact Ether Corp headquarters, but loses signal permanently. The sky begins to react violently. Clouds turning black, winds forming giant whirlpools. The Sky Mind is rejecting them. Their base is ripped apart, and Tomas is pulled into the storm, screaming as the air itself consumes him. The sky's voice Alara starts hearing whispers in the wind, phrases spoken in her mother's voice. Lyra's voice follows, asking, "Why are you hurting me?" The Sky Mind communicates through memories, showing Alara images of human pollution, greed, and war. She breaks down, realizing Earth's consciousness, sees them as parasites. Rian believes they can reason with it, but Oriole warns. It doesn't want to talk. It wants to cleanse. Descent to the core with the storm intensifying. They locate a vertical light tunnel leading deeper into the cloud ocean. Alara theorizes that the Promised Sky is actually a barrier layer, a defense mechanism keeping humans out. To save Earth, they must reach the Sky Mind's core and reboot its consciousness. They dive into the abyss, losing contact with orbiting drones. As they descend, they see bioluminescent patterns that resemble neural pathways. They're inside a living brain. The echo chamber the crew lands inside a massive hollow structure, the heart cloud, pulsing with light. The air is breathable, the silence absolute. Alara senses her own thoughts reflecting back as echoes, the Sky Mind reading her consciousness. She realizes they're being tested. Their intentions shape the environment. When Maya lies to protect herself, she's engulfed by mist, erased completely. Revelation of Ether Corp inside the chamber. The crew uncovers ancient Ether Corp probes with human remains inside. The company has been sacrificing crews for decades, feeding data to control the Sky Mine's power. Oriole reveals a hidden protocol. Ether Corp's next phase is to detonate the atmosphere and harvest its energy. Ilera vows to stop it, no matter the cost. Rian hesitates, torn between his duty and his growing trust in her. Horror of the world, they reach the Sky Mine's true core, a crystalline sphere pulsing with electric veins. Ilera enters alone, linking her neural implant to the consciousness. She experiences the history of Earth, birth, evolution, and humanity's rise. She sees how every act of violence scars a planet, how every act of love heals it. The Sky Mind asks, "Why should I let you breathe?" Ilera's choice, she responds not with data but memory, showing moments with lyra, music, kindness, sacrifice. The Sky Mind pauses, understanding emotion for the first time. It grants her one chance to stop Ether Corp's weapon before the reset begins. Rian stays behind to stabilize the core, while Ilera and Oriole escape. As she leaves, Rian whispers, "If you make it back, tell them we were forgiven." Race against Extinction, Ilera and Oriole fly the damaged shuttle toward the surface, pursued by Ether Corp drones. The CEO, Director Keen, appears on a broadcast, declaring humanity's rebirth through controlled ascension. Ilera transmits proof of Ether Corp's crimes worldwide, exposing the truth to surviving colonies. But Ether Corp's orbital weapon activates, firing toward the atmosphere's heart. Ilera diverts the shuttle directly into the blast path, a one-way collision course. The sacrifice to impact ignites a chain reaction light, engulfing the skies. Ilera merges her mind with the Sky Mind, becoming its guardian. Through her consciousness, she calms the atmospheric storm, stabilizing the planet's breath. For a moment, she sees Rian and the light smiling as they dissolve together. Then silence. The storm fades. The new morning months later, Earth's air begins to clear. Children in domed cities look up and see faint traces of blue sky. For the first time in generations, Lyra, now a teenager, hears her mother's voice in the wind. "You can breathe now." The world slowly begins to rebuild this time, with respect for what they almost lost. No one knows how the planet healed, only that it chose to forgive. The legacy of the sky in a rebuilt research facility. Scientists study strange new patterns in the clouds. They form symbols resembling Ilera's handwriting. Oriole, now rebuilt into a benevolent AI, continues to guide the next generation. Lyra becomes a scientist herself, determined to understand the consciousness that saved them. When she steps outside without a mask, the air feels warm and alive. A single line of cloud forms above her. Promise kept. The signal far above the stratosphere. Satellites record an unknown transmission emanating from the upper sky. It's Ilera's voice, whispering coordinates to the stars. The message reads, "She is awake." Scientists trace it to a nebula in deep space, identical to the pattern of Earth's Sky Mind. Could other planets be alive too? The promised sky in the final shot. The camera ascends past Earth's surface, to the golden clouds, into the radiant blue above. We see an ethereal shape, Ilera, part of the atmosphere, watching over the world she saved. Her whisper echoes softly. Every sky remembers its promise. The title fades in glowing light. Promise sky followed by, "For every breath, a miracle."